Return to the back, man use back, 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, 2 midfielders, 2 number 10 to the central striker, you know like that. You never thought that we can ball like that, never thought Everton would get schooled like that, never thought Bruno follow rules like that, introducing give away the ball like that. Never knew we're gonna improve like that. Do you see how we press and we lose that ball? Just know we're gonna win the ball right back. If we don't retreat, everyone fall back. It's a penalty, fam. If it weren't, why would Ahmad fall like that? He don't die, DL don't move like that. We got robbed of a goal, it's a well-known fact. What? Yo, this is the OT99 bantering where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Before I start, that's what Manchester United is doing to all these teams. Amarim, shout out to you. But welcome back. We've got Ed Weezy back in the building. What are you saying, Ed Weez?
What's up? It's been a minute, but you know,
it's been a minute.
Era, back to old ways. So
come on. Look, and we just had we just had NK on the call. Just a quick catch up debrief before we even spoke. So hopefully we can get the exclusive guys back on the channel soon, man. Life is life and people are getting busy. Do you understand? But there's a spot for this, man. There's a spot for this. You get me? Just chatting about Manchester United with the man them. You get me? Just us lot. And it's good, man. It's good to see, and I'm glad to see that we're back to winning ways. So, Edwin, look, since we last chatted, there's been a lot that's happened, man. Look, when we last spoke, it was still flipping that we done the video.
FA Cup.
Bro.
Before the FA Cup. So
it's madness, isn't it?
Last season, so it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. So much change has happened since then. You get me? Like, so much change has happened. Van Nistelrooy's come in. He's gone. And then, Amarim's come in. And he's, seems like he's doing his thing.
We've got to shout you out. Being on TV shows.
Bro, you know the one there. 1, 2 shout outs there.
Salute to you. Salute to you, well done.
We're trying, bro. We're trying, you get me? But yeah, so look, before we touch on the game per se, because we're going to get into that, it's going to be a nice quick brief summary. What's your thoughts on Amarim? Like, obviously we didn't get to chop that up, his appointment. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's early days. So, we always say, oh, this is the right one. But I think what he's come with an identity. Like, I think what we lack with Ten Hag is that he had a style of football. He had an Ajax, but he couldn't implement it in the Man United team, right? So we didn't have a certain way of playing. We didn't have a certain structure. But what Amarim's come and said is one way. I think that's his 3-5, like 5 at the back, 2 wing backs, 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, 2 centre midfielders, 2 AMs and a striker. He's come back with a clear identity, and it was actually enjoyable watching Man United play. Even hitting on the counter attack. He's got a way. He's got a demand for his players, and he implements it well. So just in the 2 games you've seen him, the 3 games. So he drew the first one, the Europa League and game against Everton. We've seen a change already. There's an actual identity, and I think with time, if he keeps on going, we have a certain style of play. And I don't think we've had that since Ferguson. Like, even though Ferguson played around with, tactics and stuff, we had a certain way we played. Like, it was just attacking, we defended well. And I think the appointment just shows that he actually knows what is wrong. You know what I mean? And I think the problem was we weren't playing good football. We didn't have a style. And he's kind of implementing that.
Yeah, 100%. And I think looking at those 3 games, like you mentioned, Ipswich, where we drew, sort of teething, it's going to happen. Then you've got Bodo Glimt, where we came back from behind to pause to go on to win that game. And now Everton as well, it was sort of like cruise control. We've seen progression in that sense in terms of results. We've seen progression in terms of the players that are actually getting into the game now and actually contributing in an effective way. So reintroduction of Shaw.
I feel like
Malacia, go on.
And I feel like with the old Man United team, that game, there could have been a draw.
It could have been a draw. 100%. One chance in the game, that's it.
Half an hour. They played well in the first half an hour, but look, I think he's got them playing a certain way. He's got a demand for them physically. He wants them to play to their strengths. And he calls them out in a good way. So he'll still be like, look, this person has to work on this. So I think he's working on their strengths, but also trying to make them all around better players. So
100%.
It'll be interesting to see in a couple months what happens.
And the thing about Amarim, which I like so far, as you said, it's early days. It's just obviously with Everton Hag, he had his way. Whether you're following the process or not, he wasn't going to change anything. That is the process. Get with it or whatever. He couldn't sort of influence that game like that. We saw Ruud van Nistelrooy come in, and he brought a bit of vibes back. He sort of tightened up the midfield, playing Casemiro and Ugarte, which helped us in that sense. But looking at it and thinking, was he tactically as astute as maybe what Amorim and what he could bring? Because, for example, I didn't get to see him enough to see, if we're down and out like bad, what could he do to bring us back in the game? And we're seeing that from Amorim. We're seeing that he's looking at the game. He's looking at, that game that we played against, was it Bodo Glimt, where we had three at the back, and then he made a tactical change where he made it a flat back four when we're off the ball, and then when we're on the ball, we're a three at the back. And I think it's that little twitch that changed the game and the trajectory of that game, and it's where we started getting a lot more possession on the ball, a lot more sort of creative chances as well, and we're a lot more assured defensively as well. So he looks at the game, he analyzes it. Again, with the subs as well, he doesn't leave guys to just down the pitch. We saw against Everton, De Ligt was coming off 55th minute. He's bringing on Harry Maguire. Do you know what I mean? He's bringing on players where that are well rested, because he's thinking of the Arsenal game. He's thinking of the fixture list, the pile up, and I think he just makes the substitutions at the right time. He's not scared to take off players and bring on players as well. So look, I'm liking it myself personally, man.
I think, but we have to be honest though. He's got the stars of a line for him. He's got all the players available. At one point, Ten Hag had lots of injuries. He's got Shaw back, Malasia's back, Kobe's back. Like, you know what I mean? He's got a lot of guys back.
It's true.
The squad, you know what I mean? So we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. I think it's tough, isn't it? Because you don't want to get too optimistic or too happy. You just have to let the process go. But it looks like he's laying the right foundations, and it seems like he's, even in that short time, he's getting the best out of players. We've seen Zerkzee score 2. We've seen Højlund score 2. We've seen Rashford 3. And we see Alma just moving like,
crazy. Crazy. Yeah, bro. And you said it. It's in the archives, Edwin. You said it about Amad Diallo.
Look, about 2-3 years ago, I said Diallo should be started. Did I say that? 2 years. Even when he came back from loan, where was he, at Sunderland, or when he went Rangers, he went Sunderland. Remember, he came back and I said he should be playing, but I think he got injured. But remember, for 2 years, I'm like, Ahmad is that guy.
He was your guy.
And I've been saying it for a couple of years, but I'm just glad he's been given the opportunity. And we saw in the Everton game, he's really like the deciding factor. Like, when you look at all the goals, the way he presses, the way he's able to hold on to the ball well, his weighted pass.
He's strong, Such a small guy like that, bro. The balance, the core strength that guy has, is crazy, bro.
He's strong. And he's got a good football in mind. He knows when to close it. And surprisingly, he's actually quite good at defending.
Crazy, innit? The way what I noticed about the Everton game is the amount of times he like nicked the ball off the opposition. Like his pressing was really good. He won the ball back. I think 2 of his presses led to a goal. I think it was
he had 2 assists, right?
Yeah. And I think they were as a result of him pressing. And I think he had
it was 2 or 3. Yeah. Remember he pressed for the chance where Bruno passed it into Zerkzee, right? And then he pressed again and then set up he's been pressing. He's been doing well.
He's really taken to that wing back position, that full back position, and I feel like
I was worried a bit though.
Yeah, from a defensive bit. Yeah, he's
not even defensive. I just thought attacking wise he'll be wasted, but his wing backs, he likes to get them to play quite attacking, so he'll find a lot of time in the final third to actually use his natural attributes, isn't it? So
it's interesting because you see Amad Diallo, I know he's got that core strength. I know he's able to press well, and I know that Garnacho on the other hand as well, he hasn't got the core strength. He's a bit weaker in that sense, but he is a hard worker. He does like to track back and press. And I know people will be like, he can't play the fullback position, but he's a guy that I feel likes to run onto. He likes the space in front of him. He likes to be able to run at guys. Knock the ball past them, dribble past them, and run. And I just feel like it'll be interesting to see if Amorim at any point trials him and sees him at that fullback position having that opportunity to do that, because as a number 10,
I don't think so. I don't think he works hard enough.
Yeah. That's the thing. He tracks back though. He tracks back. It's just...
He tracks back, but he's like, even look at that game where he lost the ball and Casemiro was shouting at him. You see that? Where he lost it and he started running back and he just stopped and Casemiro got a foul but then started shouting at him bro, like, I think he's got that hint that of like switch, he just wants to be attacking. Yeah, so I think he just wants to be attacking. So I feel like, I just don't feel he has the defensive mindset or the capability to do it. Maybe under training wise he will, but I think the lot's there. They've got Mazara who could play there like over the time. They've got Shaw come back and they've got Malacia.
Yeah. Look, it's going to be interesting. I think this season as well, like, Amorim is obviously implementing his formation, which is good. It's good to see him having a structure. He's not deviating from that. We look a lot more compact. I think like there's not too much distance between each of our players as well, which is a benefit from this formation. I think everyone is closer together, which is almost forcing the notion of being able to play better football, shorter, swifter passes, like 1-2s. And also like guys like, you know, your Casemiro's or Ugarte, you know, if he's playing in a 6, won't be left stranded by themselves, and you know they have cover and support. And I think the pressing, like I said, is just really stepped up. People are pressing like collectively, 2s, 3s, not even 2s, like 3s and 4s, like pressing our position. So I like that. But look, we have to talk through obviously the first goal, right, was a pressing situation from, was it Rasmus Højlund, isn't it? That led to Garnacho running on. He sort of anticipated that, which was really good from Garnacho. But Rasmus Højlund, he was pressing the sort of the goalkeeper panicked as well, and then that led to the first goal. And I think what I like about our forwards now is that you know, we've got forwards in place like your outside of maybe Rashford, but we've got Xerxes who likes to press, we've got Rasmus Højlund who likes to press, we've obviously got Bruno up there, Mount that like to press. So it's gonna hopefully be playing alongside like Amorim's is wants, which is I want guys that play with intensity. I want guys that can, you know, run. And I think we've got players in there that can do what he wants in terms of and bring that intensity. Do you know what I mean? So we're seeing the benefits of it. We are seeing the benefits of it. The second goal, what was the second goal again? Is that when Amad Diallo from the wing side won the ball back, and then
the first goal was Rashford's corner, right?
Yeah,
the corner. It got deflected by the defender. The second goal, was it Xerxes that scored the second one?
What game was I thinking about with the pressing then? Was that a different game? You know when Rasmus Højlund got the first goal? See, I've already...
remember Rasmus didn't play this game.
Yeah, I'm chatting, bro. I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about Bodo Glimt then. I'm gassed. So the first goal...
The first goal was the corner.
Yes, and then
Rashford volleyed it.
Yes,
and I think Braithwaite, isn't it?
Yeah,
the guy that we
deflection.
were looking. So I think twice, isn't it? He got caught out. So I think that was the first goal.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm right, I think the second goal. I think the second goal was. I think it was Xerxes the second goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, Xerxes bagged the second goal. So the cross from Amad Diallo. No, was it Amad Diallo that whipped in? Fernandez put through the ball to Xerxes, isn't it? From the outside of the right side of the box.
The second goal is Braithwaite again. Got caught on the ball. Amad closed him down, tackled him. Bruno picked up the ball and passed it into Xerxes.
Yeah.
That was the second
Xerxes
one. Yeah.
Slotted it in nicely. And then the third one was Amad Diallo.
And then the third one was Amad done the same thing. He Xerxes picked the ball up in the middle, played it to the wing. Amad ran a defender, let the ball through for Rashford to score. So he was kind of involved in 3 goals, because then the second one was where he won the ball again. Remember? Like there's no way. Like there was a corner and he somehow got out of it, won the ball, ran at defenders and passed it into Xerxes. So he was involved in the second goal where he took it off Braithwaite before Bruno passed it in. Second goal where he was passed by Xerxes, and then the third goal where he won the ball. So he was involved in all 3 goals.
Amad was fully active, and that's the thing. And
he should have won a penalty at the end.
Yeah, should have won a penalty as well. Look, Xerxes. Just touching on Xerxes, like obviously I know that Amarim said in previous sort of assessments about Xerxes that he would like him to be making more runs into the box more. Obviously his playing style, Xerxes, is that false nine. He likes to drop deep and sort of create for others. So it was good to see like he was taking on that advice from Amarim and like making more runs into the box, because he was in there making those sort of final dashes into the box, getting onto the end of a cross, getting on it. He did that twice. And I was just like, this is the Xerxes that we want to see. And you can see when he got those goals, you can see the smile back on his face. You can see the confidence boost, the lift, because he was under a lot of pressure so quickly. Do you understand? People already writing him off. People already saying, is he going to go on loan to this team, back to Italy or whatever it is like that? So for him, it would have done him a whole lot of good knowing that he's got a place in this team, and you know, I mean, and the manager backs him to get the best out of him. So look, I was really happy for Xerxes, man, to get on that score sheet, not once, not twice. And we saw him with the pistols come out. Do you understand? Doing that Red Dead Redemption style, bro.
Yeah, he done well. He done well.
He needs to work on these celebrations, though. We need more gas ones, bro. That's not enough, bro. We saw Rashford as well back with a dome. Look, I'm hoping like this continues, you understand, because it's weird where you're seeing Manchester United get 4 goals in a game, get 3 goals in a game. Do you know what I mean? Whereas before we couldn't even create a chance, bro. You know what I mean? It's 1 attempt on goal max. You know what I mean? All these type of dead sort of attempts on goal, man. So look, I'm glad that Manchester United is back to scoring ways, man. And it's good timing. It's good timing as well, man. It's good timing because, you know, guys are getting rested now as well. Rasmus didn't play. Clearly you saw that. And I just feel like when you got Arsenal around the corner on Wednesday, look, there's it's a big game. All of a sudden it's a big game now. Like, think about it. Like, Manchester United is how many points behind Arsenal? What?
Yeah.
Like, no more than... Say that?
No, I think it's going to be tough now because Manu is banned, isn't he? And so is Martinez. And Martinez had a really good game.
Yeah. And that's another thing about Martinez, yeah? And Mazraoui, who's just the signing of the season, bro. Signing of the century, bro. It's not only is our width coming from like the likes of Delo and the likes of Amad Diallo, and a bit of like threat in terms of attacking threat and crossing into the box, but we've seen it in the last couple of games, the threat that Mazraoui poses and the threat that Martinez poses with those sort of direct defense splitting through balls, or the balls over the top from Mazraoui. Do you know what I mean? With Rashford running onto it, or do you know what I mean? And I just feel like we're gonna miss that for Martinez. So it's a shame that he can't make that game against Arsenal. But as for Kobbie Mainoo, I'm like, look, Kobbie Mainoo, even in a game against Everton, he didn't really. You can tell that he's still bedding himself into the team. You understand? He didn't look like a guy that had a massive influence in the game. I know he got a shot off in the beginning, like earlier on in the game, but he didn't really like influence the game like that, where I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, like we're going to miss Kobbie Mainoo. If anything, I think like having Ugarte, who was rested, also back in the fold, and having maybe, I'm not sure who's going to partner him, because that midfield battle is going to be key. Do you know what I mean? Initially, I would like to think it will be Casemiro, but I don't know what Amarim's going to do. Is he going to put Bruno back in? Is he going to put him back in again?
I think it might be good if you put Bruno there. It might be good, and then you might actually have to play Xerxes behind Højlund. That might actually work.
From an attacking sense, you know, you could have Mount, you can have Xerxes, you can have Rasmus Højlund, or you can have Rashford, however you want to do it, Rashford. But then from a defensive, like from the midfield and controlling the ball, I'm winning back the ball. It's just, yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be risky, you know? It's going to be risky. I don't know how that's going to play out, but obviously Amarim's the guy with the ideas. He's going to be the guy that makes that decision at the end of the day. But I'm glad that we've picked up a bit more form, you know, something we can like at least be optimistic about a little bit against Arsenal, because the last thing we want is a whitewashing. Do you know what I mean? We don't need any 3, 4, 5 nils.
I think I don't think it will be as bad. We could take something out of the game. The thing is, Arsenal, we've got Arsenal where they've hit form.
Look, Arsenal's hit form, but Man United can spoil their day. We can spoil their day, you know. We really can. Like we're 5 points behind them. No, 6 points behind them. They're on 25 points. We're on 19 points. We're 6 points behind them. And at the end of the day, this game against Arsenal now is going to be a massively important game. If we can beat them and then go on to beat Forest, we don't know what we're going to be like in the table. Like, it's 2 L's, and that changes the whole outlook of where we are and where Arsenal are. Do you know what I mean? And I think Manchester United could definitely pull off an upset. I know Arsenal's in good form, but Manchester United, I definitely feel like we can pull off an upset against Arsenal as long as we're coordinated and we're doing the right things on our end. Like,
what do you think though?
Look, Man United scoring goals, Arsenal scoring goals. Man United is like improved a lot more in terms of the ball retention. We're not giving away as many chances as we would typically do. It's not going to be an easy game for Arsenal. It's not going to be an easy game for us. We're passing the ball a lot better. We're pressing a lot better. We're scoring a lot more goals. So I won't be surprised if we get on a score sheet. I won't be surprised if Arsenal do as well. The game could equally be a draw. But if they're thinking that they're meeting Eric Ten Hag's Manchester United, then they could be in for a shock. So I feel like they should properly prepare for us, man, because we've got less pressure than Arsenal. Put it like that. Arsenal's got a lot of pressure. They need to close that gap because there's a big gap between them and Liverpool at the minute. And it's sad for them because it's funny how now that they should be taking a title and running with it, you've got Arne Slot coming and it's weird. I feel sorry for them, Arsenal. Actually, I don't feel sorry for them, Arsenal fans, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's mad for them. It's absolutely mad for them. I think when Manchester United is firing back in form again, you know what they say, like, you never know. Man United could end up winning the Premier League before Arsenal do, with all of their build-up, with all of their...
I'm taking one day at a time, man. I'll speak afterwards.
Look,
don't get clips, man. Don't get clips saying that. No. We haven't done well of recent, isn't it? So we gotta be mindful of what we say.
Look, Xerxes back, Rasher's back. Get me, Rasmus
it's
back.
Good that they're back, but they need to do it on a more consistent level, but so we know it's not a mistake. You know what I mean?
100%. Look, this is like every game now is exciting. You get me? Every game, I'm waiting to see what happens. And look, I'm just happy, but like you said, each game at a time, bruv. We can't over get gassed here because you know
we can't
we've been burnt many times, bro. Just pat, slaps you one time. Look, who was your man of the match, though? I feel like it's obvious to say, but who was your man of the match, man?
Amad
Diallo, man. Amad Diallo.
I feel like shout out to Rashford, 2 goals. Naturally, you give it to the goal scorers. So it's split between him and Xerxes. Xerxes, you know, just honourable shouts out. He got his 2 goals, but his link-up play was really good. Like, he's touching, he's bringing the ball down and letting other players. Rashford played well. He was always a threat. You can see his confidence. He's actually running at defenders, trying to take the shot on. But if I'm honest, Ahmed, he was like involved in like all the last 3 goals, the second, the third, and the fourth, and he just had a good game overall. You know,
I think you're right in mentioning Xerxes as well as an honourable mention because, like, his vision is. I'm putting it out there now. His vision is sick. Like, his link-up play, like you said, is fire. His vision, Like, you remember that ball that he put in for? Was it Rashford? He kind of like got the ball, quickly took it on a half turn, looked up, slotted it through the far right hand side, and then Rashford sort of scuppered that chance. But that was quick thinking, quick vision, a nicely weighted pass, man. And Xerxes, that's what he's about, man. He can easily play that quick one-touch football where he gets the ball, bang, off again, back heel, flick, pass, drill, like his link-up play. And I think when we first got Xerxes, that's what I was expecting. What we did against Everton, that's what I wanted to see. And that's the Xerxes that I knew. And I'm glad that he had that type of, because guys like him and Nkunku, similar type of players that are really good with linking up and dropping deep and feeding. They can bring a lot to your team if it works well, man. And we're seeing the benefits of that. So look, I'm glad, man. I'm glad that you mentioned them because Xerxes is a top baller, like a natural baller. He's a top one. Finishing, obviously, we need to get that up. But yeah, as a baller, he's serious. And if he can get 10, 15 goals across all competitions, Rashford gets his little 10, 20 goals across all competitions, you know, and everyone contributes and chips in. Look, Manchester United could be in a healthy place, man. Could be in a healthy place. But look, Edwin, man, this is the first one back. We're back in this thing. You get me? So this is the first recording back, man.
Amram as well.
Shout out to Amram, bro.
His in-game involvement is good because even when they're doing well, we're still shouting out instructions. You can see he demands the best for his players,
100%.
So yeah, shout him out, shout the team.
Come on. Look, look, we're coming, bro. We're coming.
Tuesday. We'll see on Wednesday. We'll see. We'll talk
Wednesday. Them Arsenal man. Fire for them, fam. Fire for them.
We might have to call in a favor from your cousin to jump on, depending on what happens.
He don't want this smoke. He's hiding. Look, bro. Yeah. Let's try and sort that out, man. Let's try and get that sorted, man. Because I'll put a few messages in the group and see what happens. But certain man don't want to come outside. You get me? They don't want to come outside now. Amrim's out here. They don't want to speak Portuguese with the guys. They don't want to do it, fam. So look, it's Spanish versus Portuguese out here. You get me? Come Wednesday, we'll see what's going on. But guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. Click the like button. Leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Who is your man of the match? What do you feel will be the result against Arsenal? Do you feel like Manchester United is back in the Champions League hunt, back in the race? Or are you thinking more optimistically? Are you thinking title charge? Let me know, man. Because look, we're all gassed out here. We're all excited. Secretly, we're just thinking Amram's going to do the business. You get me? So I'm happy. I'm excited. But guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, peace.
Peace.